Anti-colonial and anti-Zionist greetings. My name is Professor Danny Shaw. I was fired from John Jay College of Criminal Justice because in the aftermath of October 7th, I stood with Palestine. Very early on, I warned about a pending colonial Holocaust against the people of Gaza, against the people of all of occupied Palestine that has been in motion since 1948. This is a Western, British, German, French, U.S. project of the colonization of the area we know as the Arab world or Western Asia or the Middle East. What was the nature of how they fired me? Right-wing groups that seek to attack First Amendment free speech rights came after me at John Jay because I was outspoken about the colonial and genocidal nature of Zionism. So the ADL and the Canary Mission targeted me for a doxing campaign. Overnight, my Twitter, from me reaching millions and millions of people on X, went down to only being able to reach a few hundred or a few thousand here and there. They published a disinformation campaign to discredit me and my scholarship. My expertise is on the anti-colonial movements, specifically in Haiti and the connections to Palestine. From the forgotten Palestine of the Caribbean that is Haiti. A lot of my work, and this is why I was hired in 2007 by the Latin American and Latino Studies Department at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, has been research across the Americas, in the Dominican Republic, in Cuba, in Venezuela, Nicaragua, and throughout the hemisphere, where the masses of people stand with the colonized people of Palestine who are in resistance. What they did was weaponize Title VI. They sought to present me with zero interviewing from President Carol Mason at John Jay. They never sought me out after almost 2 decades teaching there. There was this massive public campaign that went viral, spearheaded by the Zionists, that I was an anti-Semite, in quotation marks, and that's the weaponization of Title VI. They said that my presence at John Jay, even though I've had more than 6,500 students since 2006 when I started at another CUNY school, and then at John Jay, there's never been any complaint about me. But why would anyone care about 6,500 CUNY students when you have these groups coming after us in our free speech rights just because we could see, because of our scholarship, so many of my books on Palestine and the region are behind me. I think it's so important for everyone to continue to stand up, stand with censored and doxxed and fired professors. There's so many of us. More and more join our ranks. Journalists, teachers, educators, and other professionals have also had their lives interrupted. One thing that I had to observe is that in my department, out of 17 different professors in Latin American and Latino studies at John Jay College, only one professor used his voice to stand with me and show solidarity. So there is an encroaching environment of McCarthyism, of intimidation, of disinformation, which seeks to dissuade others from standing with us. It harkens back to the colonial famine that the British Empire enacted against the Irish people in 1848, known popularly in the mainstream as the potato famine. My mother raised me on Irish resistance and Palestinian resistance and anti-colonial resistance across the world. That's what inspired me to speak out, not just in the aftermath of October 7th, but to speak out since the 1990s when I was a teenager in the Palestinian liberation movement. This is a clear case of McCarthyism, to accuse so many honest people who can't sleep at night, who feel this colonial-induced insomnia, to say that we're anti-Jewish is absolutely ridiculous. And now this genocide, we urge everybody to treat this like 1848 and that difficult moment for the Irish people, and to treat this like 1939 to 1945 when the Nazis were on a death march across Europe, eviscerating the lives of so many of our Jewish sisters and brothers and ancestors, and of course 27 million Soviets who perished fighting and ultimately defeating the Nazis. It's this type of historical moment It has that level of gravity and intensity. This is not about our personal plights. This is about Palestine. Come into the streets, march, civil disobedience, continue to follow the lead and stand shoulder to shoulder with the Palestinian organizations, with Jewish Voice for Peace and the other anti-Zionist Jewish organizations. Continue to take to social media, no matter how censored we are, continue to write and document and to fight back. I've traveled, from Indonesia to Jordan, from Malaysia to Lebanon. It's one struggle. So stand with Palestine and keep fighting. All power to the Palestinian people.